What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and WWE News and Rumors. I'm doing something a little bit different this week. I'm trying to experiment just a little bit with the camera. I've been wanting to do this, but, you know, the thing is with my webcam, for some reason it doesn't work on my desktop computer. So here I am, I'm working on my laptop. I got my camera, my Logitech camera, just facing me right now. I got my Blue Snowball microphone with the little sock. I don't know if you can see it on screen right now because I'm not really looking at myself on my computer screen. I got my notes and my news and rumors ready to go for you guys. So I figured I'd do something a little bit different this week. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think about this going forward, this kind of format, you know, with the whole WWE News and Rumors logo in the background and then me just up at the very top of the screen. Or I just may just make this just me, the whole video. No background, no nothing, just me on the video. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you want to see this continue on for the foreseeable future for News and Rumors, let me know what you guys think. But I'm not really going into my spiel like I usually do in the beginning. I'm very upset. I'm really not myself. I've been crying most of the day. I don't know if you guys have been following me on Twitter, but my grandmother's dog, Selena, passed away yesterday, and it's just been very rough on my family. It's been rough on me. It's been rough on my brothers, too. My brothers are like fucking rocks. Nothing really gets to them. I never really see them cry, especially my brother Michael. But my mother told me this morning over the phone that when he came home from work, he held in it all day. And then when he seen my mother, he just started breaking down crying. And I really don't want to dwell on it too much because then I'll start crying during this video. I really don't want to do that. As you can see, I'm probably getting teary-eyed right now. I don't know if you can see, but I really don't want to talk about that. I'm going to try my best to continue bringing you guys news and rumors like I usually do. If I sound like I'm not into it, I hope you understand why. I know my Monday Night Raw review was a little bit not me because I was very upset about the news of her, you know, being sick. So, you know, that took a toll on that. But I'm going to try and bring you my videos as I usually do, you know, the JD way. So hopefully you guys understand. Hopefully you guys enjoy. But I do have a lot of news and rumors for you guys this week. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with Daniel Bryan. Now, Daniel Bryan, you guys know I've been talking about Daniel Bryan and the WWE creative wanting to go in a completely different direction. They want these larger-than-life characters. And I know you guys don't really want to hear about the larger-than-life characters, but I'm not going there. You know, I'm not really on board with that mentality that Triple H and Vince McMahon want to go with these larger-than-life characters. I don't want to see WWE TV filled with 7 foot, 400-pound guys who can't wrestle. That's not what I'm watching the product for. I want to see guys like Daniel Bryan. I want to see guys like CM Punk. I want to see guys like Curtis Axel, Dolph Ziggler, Damien Sandow. Those are the guys I want to see wrestling on WWE TV. But I'm going to start off this week. Now, like I said, I've been reporting that the decision was made to remove Daniel Bryan from the WWE title picture and put him back in the upper to mid card with CM Punk in a feud with the Wyatt family to help elevate that group. Now, word is that WWE officials have been second-guessing the decision to take Daniel Bryan out of the WWE title picture and Survivor Series plans. There's a feeling that Daniel Bryan, in a way, helped some of WWE's pay-per-view events because he was challenging for the WWE title. Because some of the smarter fans, and they put smarter in quotation, some of the smarter fans to buy those pay-per-views, whereas normally they would not. Now, this is a complete surprise to me, and, you know, when people say anything can happen in the WWE, it's like a revolving door. One week they're talking about something, the next week they're talking about something completely different. This goes to show you that the WWE does not know what they want to do. They have no direction. They have no feel for the product. Whoever's booking, whoever's the creative writing team in WWE, they do not know what they want to do. And it's a real shame because you got someone like Daniel Bryan who can be the face of the company when John Cena no longer can handle those duties. They have that in Daniel Bryan, but apparently the WWE doesn't see that. I see it. Everybody else sees it. You see it by the crowd reactions the man gets when he comes out on TV. It's unlike anything on the roster right now. And to me, Daniel Bryan belongs in the WWE title picture. Daniel Bryan belongs as the WWE champion. Never mind in the title picture. He belongs as the WWE champion. But I'm glad that the WWE right now is kind of contemplating what they want to do with Daniel Bryan. And I have questions, which I got to access my Twitter. A bunch of guys have asked me questions on Twitter. I'm going to try and do this new interactive thing every week on WWE News and Rumors, where I pick 3 of my favorite questions that you guys ask me on Twitter or in the comments down below about wrestling-related questions. And Daniel Bryan and CM Punk is actually going to be in one of the questions that one of you guys asked. I don't know who asked it, but I got to see. Listen, Daniel Bryan belongs in the WWE title picture in 2014, along with CM Punk. My ideal match, if Steve Austin cannot go against CM Punk, would be Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That's the only way I would see it happening for WrestleMania. You know, you got 2 of the biggest stars in the company, especially CM Punk for the last 3 years. Daniel Bryan coming into his own right now is probably the top guy in the company, you know, with everything that's gone on and this whole angle and, you know, the whole yes thing. Booked him at WrestleMania, man. That's the way to go. That's best for business, really. That is best for business. So I'm glad WWE is actually wisening up here and kind of contemplating, listen, we may have made a mistake with Daniel Bryan. You know, we need to put him back in the WWE title picture. His blame, you know, we're not blaming him for SummerSlam or anything else right now. It's not his fault. And it's not his fault. It's not. How can you blame it on Daniel Bryan? The man has done everything you possibly asked of him. He has went above and beyond what you asked him. He's done it in the ring. He's done it with the crowd. Nobody riles up a crowd like Daniel Bryan. I haven't seen nobody in any arena jump up like they do for Daniel Bryan. Nobody. Not even John Cena gets those reactions anymore. Daniel Bryan, man, he's grade A. So hopefully WWE sees what they got in Daniel Bryan. Hopefully he is the face of the company, leading the charge going into 2014. That's just what I hope. Now, next we have Vince McMahon news. Now, this is kind of interesting. Vince McMahon is upset over the fact that WrestleMania 30 has no concrete plans as of yet. Now we know why. Vince reportedly still wants The Rock to perform in New Orleans next year, but The Rock will not commit. I don't care about The Rock. I don't want him at WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania can do without The Rock. He has done nothing but hamper down the product, and The Rock will not be missed. That's just my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about that. But he wants The Rock to perform at WrestleMania. The Rock would not commit, or hasn't committed as of yet. Vince also wants Daniel Bryan versus Shawn Michaels. But Shawn won't commit to coming out of retirement. Vince originally wanted Steve Austin versus Triple H, but Steve Austin reportedly wanted too much money. So this is where it just boggles my mind. Steve Austin wants too much money. Vince has all the money in the world to get Steve Austin to wrestle at WrestleMania. There's no price tag when it comes to a name like Steve Austin, so I don't believe this report one minute. This is just bogus. Steve Austin wants too much money, you pay the fucking man. There's only one Steve Austin. He wants Steve Austin versus Triple H, but according to the report, Steve Austin wanted too much money. The one match that people assume is a done deal is Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker for the streak. And still, that is not 100% according to the source. Word is that The Undertaker isn't completely committed to a match with Lesnar at WrestleMania as he recovers from a recent surgery. Now, this is going against all the reports that I'm hearing that The Undertaker has been lobbying for this match for years. So I really don't know what to believe or who to believe. But right now, there's one decent match, decently set in stone, and that is The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. I do believe that is actually happening, but, the rest of this report goes on to say, some of the top stars mentioned above still are not locked in. Bill Goldberg now has gained more leverage in financial terms as he negotiates with the WWE. Word is that Vince is so upset and frustrated about not getting his way with several possible matches he had in mind that it's bleeding over into negotiations with Goldberg. It's very interesting that we're already in late November and tickets are on sale for WrestleMania and WrestleMania creative plans are so uncertain. I would be worried. I would be worried if I was Vince McMahon. Listen, WrestleMania needs to be the biggest show, and I've said this multiple times on this channel. WrestleMania needs to be the biggest show in creation. I don't care who you get on the show. I don't care what kind of checkbook you have. I don't care what kind of checks you're writing. You get Austin, you get Goldberg, you get Shawn, you get The Rock. Fuck The Rock. I don't even want The Rock at WrestleMania. You get Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan. on the show. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels on WrestleMania 30 with Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker, and then potentially what I'm hearing, Hulk Hogan versus John Cena? I mean, this is not really the way I'd go for WrestleMania. I would much prefer Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk, and then Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. But that's just the way I'd go. But this is what the report is saying. But the main thing here you got to keep in mind is that Bill Goldberg is in negotiations with WWE to fight Ryback at WrestleMania. The thing I'm hearing now is that he's going to get whatever he wants. If Vince wants him at WrestleMania, he will get Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania. But the thing is with Bill Goldberg, he does not want to lose in his one match back against Ryback. Goldberg's going to have to suck it up. Brock Lesnar negotiated a $5 million contract, and he's bending over backwards to do whatever they want. He lost to John Cena. He lost to Triple H. You got to do what you got to do. They're paying you that kind of money. You listen to them. They're in control. You have control in negotiations. They have control over your character. You're coming in for WrestleMania to make money. Who gives a fuck if you lose or not? You're there for the fans. You're there to entertain. You're there to do what's right for the company. Ryback can certainly use a win over Bill Goldberg. No doubt about it. But I don't like what I'm hearing right now. I don't know if this is true or not, but the fact that WrestleMania is not set right now is worrisome. And if I was a wrestling fan, like I know many of you are listening to me, I would be worried about this. So we'll have to see. Because, in years past, WrestleMania, you had an idea what was going on for WrestleMania. Right now, nobody knows at all what's going on. It's just rumors. It's just, dream cards that people want to see. We'll find out. Dolph Ziggler was reportedly scheduled to beat Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental title 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw from Manchester. But plans changed late in that afternoon, possibly because the show was taped. A source isn't sure if there was actually plans to put the belt on Ziggler, or if he was just led to believe that is a rib from officials, that they kind of teased him and kind of fucked around as a cruel joke with him. But, I figured I'd throw that in there because I thought Dolph Ziggler was actually going to beat Curtis Axel. It was a great fucking match. Don't get me wrong, from that taped Raw in England. It's a great fucking match. I thought on a few instances that Dolph Ziggler was actually going to win the title. I thought they had Big E completely out of the IC title picture, But they ended up going a different route. They ended up giving Big E the Intercontinental title last week, or this current week on Monday Night Raw. He did beat Curtis Axel. The rematch is actually taking place at Survivor Series just to fill out the rest of the card. But, I don't like hearing that about Dolph Ziggler. I think he deserves a lot better than the way he's been treated lately. And hopefully he's out of the WWE doghouse. Hopefully they realize the talent that they have in Dolph Ziggler, and they start booking him correctly. The first thing I would do is turn him heel again. He doesn't work as a face. I'm not liking his face turn. He's just an arrogant heel. He's got that look. He's got that attitude. Turn him back into heel and get his character rolling again like they had been doing, and put him back in the upper mid card where he belongs. He should be wrestling for world titles. He should be wrestling for WWE titles. WWE doesn't want to give the ball to their younger guys and run with it, especially with WrestleMania season running around. It's all going to be mid-card. It's all going to be part-time guys. It's WrestleMania 30. Some of these guys are going to have to take a back seat. It's WWE wants to make money. And Ziggler, I don't really know what kind of plans they're going to have for Ziggler going into 2014 with WrestleMania coming. I don't really know where he's going to be, so that's kind of disappointing. But Ziggler needs to be in the plans for 2014, no question. People within WWE have been joking backstage saying that Vince McMahon is already in full WrestleMania mode, and talking about how he isn't happy that he doesn't have one definitive match at this point. This corresponds with the report I just read about WrestleMania. One source noted that if it was up to Vince and there was no limits on money, the possibility of injury or online leaks, he would have the top 5 WrestleMania matches nailed down already by Sunday's Survivor Series. In recent reports by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE Creative had plans in mind for a handful of top superstars. What else do we have here? WWE officials have been planning on putting one of the secondary titles on Big E Langston for some time now, but they were not sure which one that they wanted to give him, whether it be the United States title or the Intercontinental title. The decision was recently made to give him the IC title because things aren't working out with Curtis Axel like officials had hoped, and because the United States title is seen right now as a good accessory for Dean Ambrose and the Shield. Now, Big E Langston, I like him as a champion. I think he deserves it. I think it's going to bring, I wouldn't say notoriety back. It's going to do his character good. It's going to make his character more well-known with the audience. He's going to get over with the crowd a little bit more, a little bit faster. And that's what you want to do here. He's not going to bring any kind of prestige back to the Intercontinental title. Big E's not one of those guys. It's just simply giving him the belt to enhance his character, to build up his character, get him to the point where they want to be, and then the WWE and Vince McMahon, which they're very high on him, they'll put him in the main event whenever they see ready. He may hold that title for a while. That's typically what happens when people get the IC title. They hold it for at least 6 to 8 months, no question. And Big E, he can go in the ring. He's still a little green in the ring. He's still learning the ropes. But, listen, he's training with John Cena. He's got Vince McMahon on his side. He's got most of the upper management in WWE on his side. He's gonna do some very good things, and he's only gonna get better with time. And like I said, that title is on him simply to enhance his character. He's not gonna bring any prestige to that title whatsoever. He's not the character to do that. He's just gonna enhance his character. He's gonna get him more well known with the audience. He's gonna get over. People are gonna know who Big E Langston is for sure. Most definitely, 100% by the end of next year. He's gonna be at the top. Watch. Triple H and Vince McMahon are said to be looking forward to the in-ring return of Sheamus. Now, you guys have asked me what's going on with Sheamus, JD, when Sheamus coming back. It is expected he will be back in action around the 2014 Royal Rumble in January. Vince and Triple H are looking to put Sheamus back into the top of the card once he returns. This is no question, without a doubt. I didn't expect anything less of Sheamus. As soon as he comes back, he's going to be thrusted back into the World Championship picture, whether they want to put him in the WWE Championship picture or the World Heavyweight title picture. More than likely, it's going to be on SmackDown. They could use that star power over there. Now, I don't know. I've been hearing rumors of him possibly coming back as a heel. I don't know. Sheamus can come back as a face, but he's got to be a serious face. No more clowning around, no more jokes, no more funniness, no more fucking childish behavior. Sheamus has got to be, I come to the ring, I fucking kick ass, and I leave. That's it. The fans can cheer him, but he needs to come back as a serious face with no jokes around, no joking around, or he's got to come back as a heel, full-fledged heel. I don't want anything in between. But he will be back probably as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's perfect for returns, so that's what I'm assuming is going to happen with Sheamus. WWE officials recently discussed a new feud for the U.S. champion Dean Ambrose that sure is going to make the internet fans happy, but not another superstar who is returning. Creative recently talked about a potential Dean Ambrose versus Tyson Kidd feud for the title. That would be good. This is good news for Tyson Kidd, but not the returning Evan Bourne. Right now, there are no creative plans for Evan Bourne yet, but the last thing discussed for him was a tag team with Tyson Kidd. A plan has fallen by the wayside in recent months. Do you miss Evan Bourne on TV? I don't. Is Evan Bourne going to add anything more to the current product? Is he going to enhance the current product? No. Tyson Kidd versus Dean Ambrose is a money feud. Tyson Kidd deserves it. He's been sitting on his ass too much. They held him back for too long. The kid can wrestle. He's actually being spotlighted on Total Divas because he's married to Natalya. Put him in a feud with Dean Ambrose. Let them two go. Let them show us what they have, and end the story. It's good for the United States title right now that these two feud, because the U.S. title is not doing anything. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting on the shoulder of Dean Ambrose right now, collecting dust. That would be an awesome feud. I hope WWE actually goes through with that. Antonio Cesaro's stock is said to be very, very high and on the rise again within the WWE, and it could mean more than just a tag team push with Jack Swagger. Word from a source is that John Cena in particular is a big supporter of Antonio Cesaro and is believed to be one of the reasons why Cesaro is gaining support from top WWE officials. This is why Cena put Cesaro over in Germany this past week with a post-show promo, and while the Real Americans have feuded with Cena on TV lately. Cesaro is seen as one of the strongest superstars on the roster, and his Cesaro swing on the Great Khali last month really turned heads backstage. Do you remember when Cesaro came out yodeling? You remember when Cesaro came, was given that gimmick of just a total clown and not serious and losing matches? He was the United States champion at one point and just losing matches left and right on Monday Night Raw. Complete 180 right now from that Antonio Cesaro. And I'm glad the WWE sees this. I'm glad John Cena is sticking up for the younger guys like Antonio Cesaro. A lot of you guys say Antonio Cesaro versus John Cena feud for the world title is a money feud. I would have to agree with you. I would love to see that. Cesaro can be an excellent heel on his own, especially with... And see, now, I don't know if they would put him with Zeb Coulter. Right now, I still want to see him in a tag team with Jack Swagger. I think those two have a great chemistry together, that they would do wonders for the tag team division, especially with the things I'm hearing with the tag team division. WWE wants to focus on, and we've heard this many times before, tag teams in 2014. Now, you got so many teams right now in NXT that are on the brink of coming up. You got teams on the WWE main roster that, you know, are good to go. Tag team wrestling can come back. And I'm not talking about Los Matadores. Those guys are a fucking joke. You got the Ascension down at NXT. You got the American Pitbulls with Davey Richards and someone else from Ring of Honor. I forgot who it was. I read the story today. I think I got it. I think I got it in this this news report. But like I said, tag team wrestling is coming back, and Triple H wants to focus on tag team wrestling. I do want to see Cesaro maintain his team with Jack Swagger, and maybe in mid-2014 break away from Jack Swagger and go on his own and, you know, get a push for one of the world titles. Listen, he can go in the ring. He's one of the best wrestlers on the roster, and I like the team of Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro right now. I think it's too soon, but it's good to know that people like John Cena, who, you know, obviously has so much pull backstage in WWE, stands up for people like Antonio Cesaro and guys like Big E and the youth. You know, John Cena knows he's not going to be there forever. Somebody's going to have to take that ball and run with it in the company. You know, I'm glad he's sticking up for these guys. It's nice to know that John Cena knows what's best for business. This is an interesting story. Regarding pay, money in TNA, word is that the standard offer in TNA right now is a monthly downside guarantee of $1,300 with a $500 per appearance bonus. However, there is no guaranteed number of dates on the deal, so the downside essentially is $15,000 a year. Apparently, this is the deal they offered Luke Gallows, and why a lot of mid-card guys are choosing to leave the company rather than be a TV star on a low-rated wrestling show. So if you guys want to be a TNA wrestler, they make $15,600 is the exact number a year. So if you guys want to go be a TNA wrestler, there you go, $15,000 a year. So you know, most of those guys, if you're not a Kurt Angle, if you're not a Sting, if you're not an AJ Styles, you're working a second job. So I can see why a lot of people say, fuck it, they test the waters with WWE, or they stay in TNA because they enjoy the company and work a second job. Because obviously you're not paying the bills on $15,000 a year. You're just not. I figured that was an interesting story. I'd throw that in there for you guys. More news on John Cena. In regards to John Cena being injured, word is that he is pretty banged up, and it's due more to Cena pushing himself back and working such a hard schedule as opposed to a new injury that has happened. No matter what schedule Cena is working, he's going to be hurting due to how hard he pushed himself to return. Now, this whole John Cena talk I'm hearing is nothing but storyline related. Cena is cleared medically to go in the ring, so it's not too big of a concern. WWE is simply doing that, I guess, to enhance the Del Rio feud, because they want Del Rio to somewhat look like a threat to John Cena, but we know that's definitely not going to happen. Cena is walking out of Survivor Series with the World Heavyweight Championship. News on WWE and the new network. Now, this is interesting. WWE will be ending their Classics On Demand service beginning January 31st, 2014, which is my mother's birthday. According to a new memo sent out to cable subscribers this weekend, made by WWE in order to focus on other programming content. So on January 31st, there will be a memo sent out to cable subscribers that WWE Classics On Demand will be no more. WWE is canceling the service due to upcoming WWE Network launch. There are reports of Classics On Demand being canceled over a year ago, but this could be a sign that WWE is finally getting ready to launch their new network. Monthly price points for the network have been discussed at $9.95, $12.95, or $14.95 a month. Regarding WWE giving away WrestleMania 30 for free this year, possibly to help out with the network signups, they likely would not be giving away WrestleMania every year. That would be interesting. I know, regardless of what the fucking price is, I know I'm getting WWE Network. I think it's going to be a success. If they run it like MLB Network, which I watch regularly on a weekly basis, WWE Network has the potential to be massive. Great for the company. I hope it works out, especially if they're giving WrestleMania free for sign-up. Fucking take my money right now. People within WWE are under the impression that the WWE Network will finally launch before WrestleMania 30. Very few people internally are aware of any details past this point that WWE is shooting a lot of footage for the network, but nobody has been told when it would be airing. One source notes that WrestleMania 30 is strongly being talked about as a way to lure people to sign up for the network, with the idea that they can get a huge amount of sign-ups immediately if people realize they can get WrestleMania in HD for free by signing up for a $9.95 monthly program that comes with a lot more WWE content. The hope is that if fans sign up, most will not cancel, will likely see what the content and like the content that is offered, including the monthly pay-per-views, for free. And it won't be a slow growth, but an instant hit. I like that idea. Hopefully, everything I just read to you happens. I think that would be an excellent idea. Pay-per-views for free. I don't have to go to the bar. I can sit home with a six-pack and enjoy myself, make myself some food, enjoy it in the nice comfort of my own home. Plus, you get the entire WWE catalog that they have, stored up. Fucking, what is it, like 10,000 hours plus of footage? You got the signs and the makings of a great network. So hopefully everything I just read to you guys actually happens. Now, I don't know if you guys read in the dirt sheets this past week, AJ Lee fainted during a match in London last week while WWE was on tour. WWE officials, their response was that she was dehydrated. Word is that AJ fainting is being attributed to a bad diet. I see that actually being truthful, because if you look at AJ, she's a little thinner than what I remember her. She's got no weight to her. She's a stick figure. There's been a lot of speculations that one reason going around WWE is that she has a bad diet. Now, WWE at first, there was a widespread concern for AJ's health, but that tapered down considerably when she returned backstage and as the night went on. This was evident on Monday Night Raw this past week, where WWE used to rib her in the match with Vicky Guerrero. IndianExpress.com reports that a wrestler named Rajesh Kumar, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this guy is set to begin training with WWE in Japan very soon. Kumar uses the name the New Khali, and stands 7'5" weighing 335 pounds. He's 39 years old. He has met with WWE's Great Khali when he came to India 2 years ago, and that motivated him to start training. I don't want to see another Great Khali. I don't want to see a 39-year-old guy in the ring. I don't want to see a 7'5", 340-pound guy in the ring. I just don't want to see it. And this all links to the report of WWE wanting to have larger-than-life characters. I just don't want it. There's nothing good coming out of that. There's not many guys on the roster you can put against a 7'5" guy and actually have a match with. It just looks stupid. If you're a 7'5" guy, 340 pounds, whatever, and you're going against a guy like CM Punk or Daniel Bryan or Damian Sandow, do you honestly think any of those guys are going to stand a chance, realistically, against a 7'5" guy? All you got to do is fucking step on him and you're done. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's why I don't like people like The Big Show going against whoever on the roster, The Miz, Kofi Kingston, whatever. You know The Big Show can literally kick anyone's ass on the roster. It's just unrealistic to me. I don't like that aspect of the larger-than-life characters. It just doesn't work for me as a wrestling fan. I know the product is all scripted. I know what the people do in the ring. I know what they do is, athletic and talented. But listen, if you're gonna have a 7'5" guy in the ring, it's just not realistic to me. I need some sense of realism. That's all I want. This fucking larger-than-life shit, gotta go. Gotta go. We want to see people like Bryan, Ziggler, Sandow. Those kind of guys in the ring, not this fucking shit. On Monday's Raw, WWE scripted Randy Orton to say he couldn't beat The Big Show on his own at Survivor Series as a way to plant the idea in fans' heads that there could be a title change and The Big Show actually has a chance of winning the WWE title. I don't give a fuck what Randy Orton says. Big Show is not walking out of Survivor Series the WWE champion. I just know that for a fact. And if he does, it's a fucking mistake. I don't want to see Big Show with a title, in the title picture, in a title match, in the main event on a pay-per-view. I just don't. Randy Orton is going to win the match at Survivor Series. Randy Orton is going to be the WWE champion going into WrestleMania. That's just the way I see it. For what it's worth, Rob Feinstein of RF Video wrote a post on Facebook last night stating that WWE plans to keep Eddie Edwards, that's his name, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, who I'm familiar with in Ring of Honor. I've seen a few of his matches. Unbelievable. As a tag team, and after a few months in NXT, officials would bring them up to SmackDown as a tag team to see if they get over. Feinstein also noted that William Regal and Joey Styles had to push Triple H to give them another tryout. Now, they're not signed with WWE at this moment. William Regal and Joey Styles actually had to push Triple H to give them another tryout because after their first tryout, they weren't offered a contract. This report notes earlier in the week that William Regal went to bat for the Ring of Honor stars and scored them a second tryout with WWE and Triple H. Now, if you guys are familiar with Davey Richards, I would definitely check him out in Ring of Honor. This would only enhance the tag team division. I believe they're going under the name right now in WWE of the American Pitbulls, or I think they were the American Werewolves. I don't know. Someone correct me. But they are going to plan to keep them as a tag team, the WWE. And listen, this is only going to enhance the tag team division. You got the Ascension, then you got these guys, and you got the All-Americans. And listen, WWE tag team, the division itself could blossom again into greatness that it once was in the late 90s, early 80s, whatever. They need to do this. I want to see tag team wrestling. I've missed tag team wrestling on WWE TV. You got the Shield, you got the Wyatts, you got the pieces in the company. Let's do it. Let's get it started. Let's get it going and focus on it. In 2014, like the reports say, they need to do it. And then you can worry about the Divas division. You know, the WWE can fucking care less about the Divas division. Tag team wrestling is where it's at. People want to see tag team wrestling now and going into the future for WWE. But that is the end of news and rumors, guys. But let me actually sign in to my my Twitter account because this new interactive thing I want to do for you guys is answer some of the questions that were asked on Twitter, and I want to do this on a weekly basis. So if you guys have any questions for me, I'll pick 3 of you guys next week, and I'll answer your questions. It's got to be wrestling related, no video games. Wrestling related questions, whatever you want to know. You want to pick my brain about something, you know, whatever it is, leave it down in the comments, or you can go to my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, links are down below. Leave the hashtag in the description or the tweet that you sent me. Hashtag fuck those other guys, okay? Fuck those other guys. Now, let's go into my Twitter and see what we have here. I'm going to scroll down. I know one of them was Jesus at Oh My God It's Junta, Huntaa. This was one of the questions I'm going to answer because I get a lot of Chris Benoit questions. He asks me, I know this has nothing to do with WWE right now, but do you think they will ever put Chris Benoit in the Hall of Fame? Hashtag fuck those other guys. Chris Benoit will never see the light of day on WWE TV again. He will never see the light of day on WWE DVD, any documentary, and he will never be in the Hall of Fame. So no more Chris Benoit questions. What he did was unfathomable, okay? He just did horrible, horrible things, and he should not be brought to the spotlight. And Vince certainly does not want to spotlight him on TV for his company after the actions he did. He will not be on WWE TV or mentioned on WWE TV ever again. Now, we have another question here. Stephen Meha, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, bro, but you asked if Punk and Bryan do end up having a WrestleMania 30 match, how would you like that to come about? In my opinion, of course, hashtag fuck those other guys. Well, the way I would have it happen is I would have CM Punk defeat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. I would have Randy, whether it be at TLC or the Royal Rumble, one of those pay-per-views, I would have CM Punk win the WWE Championship going into WrestleMania, okay? I mean, this is the way I would do it, but there's other ways you could actually have it happen. I would have him the WWE Champion going into WrestleMania, and obviously I would have Daniel Bryan win the Royal Rumble. That's the simplest way to go. But if you want to put them both in the Elimination Chamber, you could also do that. You can have one be the champion and then one of them win the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. There's other ways you could work around it. You can have the Royal Rumble win to challenge the SmackDown guy. You know, there's ways to work around it, but the easiest way for me, and just build it from there, because it really needs no build whatsoever. Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble. CM Punk is the WWE Champion. They fight and collide. The storylines built from there would, obviously be self-explanatory. Who is the best in the world? Just build it from there. It really doesn't need many weeks of build. Give it a month, and then have them go at WrestleMania. Plain and simple. Simplest is best. And finally, I'm going to answer one question here. Actually, I'm going to do two more. I'm going to give you 4 this week. I like this question. Mushman182. Which era of different wrestlers would you like to have seen square off against each other? For me, or for him, it's rather, he says Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle. I would like to see The Rock, old school Rock, Attitude Era Rock, versus Shawn Michaels. I know Shawn Michaels had a lot to do with the Attitude Era. So did The Rock, but they never crossed paths. That's the one match that I've always wanted to see. And, especially, you got Steve Austin versus CM Punk, which I'm dying to see. And then, obviously, Shawn Michaels versus Daniel Bryan, which is being rumored right now. Vince wants it, but Shawn won't commit. That's another one I want to see. Those 3 would probably be at the top of my list. And finally, King of Kings VAR. He goes by the name of I'm Straight Edge XXX on Twitter. He says, hashtag fuck those other guys. How would you feud John Cena and The Undertaker if they faced off at WrestleMania 30? Now, I thought about this at work, and you want to know what I would do? Obviously, John Cena would not be the WWE Champion or World Heavyweight Champion going into the Royal Rumble. I would have John Cena and Daniel Bryan, the last 2 men, in the ring at the Royal Rumble. One of those guys would win the Royal Rumble. Those would be the last 2 guys standing in the ring at the Royal Rumble 2014. After many, many attempts for John Cena to win the Royal Rumble and try to eliminate Daniel Bryan, he gets so frustrated he can't do it. Okay? He can't do it. He backs away, looks at Daniel Bryan, and eliminates himself. That's right, John Cena would eliminate himself, shocking the world, because it never happened to finish a WrestleMania. The one chance to go to WrestleMania and win the Royal Rumble. Okay? He eliminates himself, vanquishes all chance to win that championship match at WrestleMania by eliminating himself from the Royal Rumble, gives the win to Daniel Bryan, comes out on Monday Night Raw the next night and says, you know what? I gave Daniel Bryan the Royal Rumble win last night because I see he's the face of the company. He's the next in line to take my spot. I've done everything I could do for this company. I've held this company on my shoulders for the last 11 years. There's nothing more for me to prove. There's nothing more for me to accomplish. The one thing I have not done is fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The one thing I have not done is challenge for the streak. Beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania is the one thing left on my resume. I want The Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's why I eliminated myself from the Royal Rumble. Now, you could look at it negatively and say, listen, John Cena eliminated himself from the Royal Rumble. He's making The Undertaker streak more valuable than the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, you could look at it that way, but I think that would be the most epic way to set up a John Cena versus The Undertaker feud. And then obviously The Undertaker would toy with him saying, listen, I'm The Undertaker. I'm the king of WrestleMania. You don't deserve a shot at me. And obviously Cena would work for it, this and that. They would build from there. But that's the way I would start that feud. How you would progress with that feud leading into WrestleMania remains to be seen. But that's the way I would set it up. Have John Cena eliminate himself from the Royal Rumble, challenge for the streak the next night on Monday Night Raw, saying that he's done everything. I only have one thing left, and that's beat the streak. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's show. I have no idea how long this video went. I am going on 39 minutes, 40 minutes now. But if you like this new concept, let me know. Leave your thoughts down below. If you missed my Monday Night Raw review, you guys can go check that out in the links down below. Also, I'm doing a WWE 2K14, trying to finish the 30 years of WrestleMania. If you guys missed any of that, I'll post all the playlists down in the links below in the description. Check that out. I'm out, guys. I'll talk to you later. Let me know what you think of the new format if you want to see it next week, and I'll talk to you later.